Welcome to Is All Geek To Me. Next to me, I have Tyler. How you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Doing great. Can't complain.
I'm excited to be here.
Hell yeah, man. Same here. And then we also have Pico. How you doing today, Pico?
I'm doing well.
Yeah?
How are you guys doing today? Excited.
Almost Friday.
What's the show about again?
The show is going to be about, we're going to have content for movies, shows, Marvel, DC Comics, basically anything nerdy. We want to share with you guys and just talk about it and, kind of connect with you guys and see what you guys think about, the new shows and new movies coming out. So for the news of the week, we have the new Eternals trailer that came out, dropped out, and it looks pretty interesting. What do you guys
today,
think?
right? What's today's date?
August 19th.
19th.
Yeah. So what do you think, Tyler? Did you like that trailer?
Yeah, I loved it. I think it looks epic. I always thought since the teaser it looked epic. The cast looks great. The Celestials. I mean, it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be IMAX worthy for sure. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah. What about you, Pico? What do you think about the new Eternals trailer that dropped today?
I was talking before camera. The second trailer is for sure more appeasing of what's going to happen within the movie. The first trailer was like, meh, I didn't really know what was happening. I knew who the Eternals were, but wasn't for sure, how we're going to get the Deviants or how if we're going to get Celestials or any of that. So we got a sneak peek of all of that, and they kind of, hit the nail on the head regarding to what's happening with, where were they basically? Post-snap, pre-snap, during the whole thing. So I'm very excited. It's obviously from an Oscar-winning director now, so a few months ago. So I'm very excited for it. I think it's going to be a solid movie for sure.
Yeah, dude. For real, what you said exactly. The first couple, I guess the first trailer that we had, we just got the glance at the actors, they're basically the superheroes.
Right.
And then we didn't, like you said, we didn't really know if it was pre or post snap. But yeah, you nailed it. I mean, it shows basically that after Thanos, they even emphasized it 5 years after Thanos, and we're gonna get some Celestial and some what's it called, Deviants or
Yep.
So we're gonna get some.
We're also gonna get the Stark Boys. I'm
Yep,
excited
so
about that.
we're gonna
King of the North and Superman apparently because he's just like Superman. So
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Icarus could do because he was looking like Superman with those laser beams coming out
Dude,
of his
for
eyes.
real, yeah.
And he was flying too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's.
And he's got super strength, obviously.
And we're gonna get our first speedster as well. You see him running at the it's a little the little one. I don't know.
Who's got basically the Justice League, the Marvel basically.
Pretty
So
much.
It's like Marvel is like, we're gonna show you how you really do it. And
with good filming, good actors, and all that. So, cool, man. So, and then next we have, Michael Keaton. He's suiting up again for Batman. So, Tyler, what do you think about that?
I'm excited. Michael can never do no wrong by me. So I loved him as Vulture in Homecoming. He's old as bones, but he still got it.
Dude, he still
and
has
apparently he's happy getting back in that suit. So I'm excited to see him in the Batmobile. And I mean that's the Batman I grew up on. So he'll always have that.
Yeah, that's because you're old. But my Batman's always gonna be Christian Bale.
This guy over here.
But-
Christian Bale's good.
I'm in my mom's basement, so you know that I'm young, all right? But I'm still,
Ma, Milo.
Run it now.
No, Michael Keaton. It's funny that you mentioned the Vulture because he will go around the set, quoting Batman under his voice, like around town.
Oh my god! This guy's in the whole complete wrong universe and setup movie.
He's now in Flashpoint, and he had to read the script a few times to finally get it. So hopefully this movie's going to be solid. I'm very excited about Batman, and Ezra Miller's okay as Flash. Not his biggest fan, but
What do you think of his running? You like his running?
dude, he looks like he's
like almost ice skating.
It's like ice skating.
Yeah,
It doesn't
it's
even
like-
seem like he's running fast or anything like along those
I don't
lines.
run like that.
So.
That's how fast he is,
Yeah,
So
I don't know, I
you
guess.
do run like that. I saw you run the other day. So, also Venom. So, what's that about? I heard it's gonna get pushed back again because right now we
October
have
15th.
October 15th. So
That day rings a bell.
Day before my wedding, getting married, guys.
congrats.
But thank you.
Yeah, congrats.
It's getting pushed. It's almost like we're back to like 2020, dude. Like that movie gets pushed back like once a week, every couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden, we push it all the way to like the end of the year type thing. So apparently, like they're just scared that the numbers are gonna go down. I don't know how much 2 weeks actually plays into effect in regarding to that. People are scared about the Delta variant, so we'll see how everything pans out. I'm hoping things will start getting delayed because I think if they were to delay Venom, they will delay Spidey.
Yeah, it'll be a domino effect.
Yeah, so it's a domino effect. I wouldn't want to do that. The one that scares me was actually Fast and Furious. They pushed all the way to 2023. So if a lot of the studios follow that suit, it's gonna be bad.
But Fast and Furious, like, dude, there's only like 20 movies out. Like, I mean, I'm not that mad about that movie. Now, Spider-Man gets pushed back. I'm literally gonna be mad because I've been looking forward to that movie. It already got pushed back a year, didn't it? You know, when COVID hit, it basically got pushed back.
Everything got pushed back. Yeah.
I don't know if Spider-Man specifically got pushed back, but a lot of things got pushed back. We got a lot of the MCU content pushed back for sure.
Or yeah, I mean, like I said, Kevin Feige, like I said, they supposedly said there was going to be a trailer coming out, but right now we might go blind into the movie, so we'll see. So I mean, we'll hopefully get a trailer coming up here pretty soon. So what do you guys think about that new trailer that came out with Hugh Jackman? I thought honestly, that was going to be a new Logan movie or something. Reminiscence, yeah, it looked pretty good. What do you guys think about that?
Looks like Inception. So
I'm
all for it.
Exactly how they were saying on the trailer. It's like you're waiting on the train track or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, and they even had the cityscape with like the water.
Exactly,
like
you're just like in a dream all of a sudden again and whatnot. So for sure, Inception vibes, and I love Christopher Nolan. Got his whole collection. But
I'm sure he's producing this, right? He's probably producing it because I know it's his.
I thought he was pissed off with Warner Bros. Because of Tenet, but
well,
I mean, I was watching TV obviously, and like I saw the trailer come out, and I was like, man, this looks really good, So, it's gonna be good
out tomorrow.
Yeah, everything that Hugh Jackman makes is gonna be good. Yeah. Cool, man. So, what about Deadpool? Deadpool 3, about 70%, finished being filmed right now. So, what do you guys think? You guys excited to see that movie when it comes out?
Yeah.
I'm always excited for Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds is perfect for that. So as long as he's involved in some of the creative writing on how he's been, I think that it's going to be good.
Yeah.
And especially if there's rated R. That's the biggest thing going into the MCU, if it's going to be rated R. I mean, we technically already got our sneak peek of Deadpool with Korg when they were doing the whole Free Guy thing.
Oh, yeah.
That was funny when he did. He's like, little kiss paper.
Yeah, and Taika's in the Free Guy movie too, so apparently that was pretty easy to set up.
That was funny with Korg saying, have a dream.
Yeah.
Who's that dream?
I think that was the biggest Easter egg right there, the biggest Easter egg when they came out with the Deadpool commercial during the Free Guy, so also we have some news that Loki 2 is basically just waiting on a director to get things going. So man, that first season that was really good. I became like a big Loki fan. Was not expecting to see the side of Loki basically, and kind of him turn into a good person basically towards the end. So what do you think about that, Tyler?
I mean, you nailed it. Who would have thought that? Like, I always thought Loki was interesting just because Tom Hiddleston, he plays the character so well.
Awesome. He is Loki. Exactly,
but I never was obsessed with him how some fans are. But after watching the show, he's definitely shot up to the top of my list. I mean, he's grown in ways that I never thought I'd ever see.
Correct. Yeah. I agree.
And it's cool how they introduce Kang. He who remains. I thought that was awesome with the variants, and I'm interested to see where the story goes from here. It's cool to see that there is a story to tell.
I know. I honestly thought it was gonna end right there, but I'm glad that they're gonna continue to second one.
Yeah.
What do you think, Pico, about?
I think it's the best MCU show we've gotten so far. It's that one, then WandaVision, and for last, Captain Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah. I agree with you 100% on that.
Agree as well.
It just holds so much. It has so much weight compared to the whole storyline of what's happening in the MCU.
Yeah,
it's giving us what if now that we're enjoying, and obviously it's gonna open up to all the other variants that's gonna happen. So apparently everything before that has ever been made, even if it was Fox, even if it was Electro or Ben Affleck,
it can all be inclusive now.
It's it's canon.
It's all under the umbrella. Now it's all under the umbrella. Yeah. That's what it is. Yep.
It's definitely exciting because, like you said, it did open up basically everything that any possibility can happen now, thanks to Loki and moving forward. So, and then we also heard that Anthony Mackie's he's gonna be basically coming back in Captain America 4. Officially. I think that came out early in this week.
I think it was yesterday.
Was it yesterday? Yesterday.
Yeah.
Might have been yesterday. Maybe Monday. Earlier
I'm
in the
excited
week.
about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that was happening, but now we got an official report that is under development, and that it's going to start filming next year, I believe, so I'm excited about it.
Perfect. So, as we mentioned, so we want to kind of just talk about, episodes for TV shows and movies. So today we're going to start with, we want to kind of talk about what if. We're going to talk about the first 2 episodes. So the first one is Captain Carter became the first Avenger. And then the second episode is going to be T'Challa became Star-Lord. So, I mean, we were going to do one last week, but we kind of decided to do them all together for the first 2. And so Tyler, what did you think about Captain Carter, the first episode of What If? What did you think about that?
Initially, when I watched it, I thought it was great. I was iffy on the animation style when I first saw the trailer. I was kind of like, but actually watching the show, I was feeling it. It was fine. And I think Jeffrey Wright, he's great as the Watcher. He hasn't been in it that much, but his little narration, I love it.
I think he is perfect as the Watcher.
He is, yeah.
His voice is very
he's like Morgan Freeman, he's got that
exactly.
voice, where he can just capture you.
Should have used Morgan Freeman, now that you say it.
No, Commissioner Gordon right now narrating everything, dude.
That's true. Yeah. What about you, Pico? What do you think about the first 2 episodes? I mean, maybe start with the Captain Carter.
With Captain Carter, I think it was pretty much copy and paste. Personally, it was just going, hey, let's just do a female instead of Chris Evans. The only thing that they added was the Hydra Stumper, which was kind of cool. And we get
that was kind of cool.
We get an Iron Man, all the way in the 1940s.
Yeah,
the first generation.
Kind of the first one. It was kind of cool that Howard Stark created it.
It did feel a little slow paced at times, but at the same time, they just try to put a 2.5-hour movie. I don't know how long was the first.
Into 30 minutes.
It's like 40 minutes or so, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I think it was just, I don't know. Like you mentioned, it was a test try. So I think it was a good liftoff. The animation, I had no issues with it. It actually kind of reminds me into the Spider-Verse type of animation.
Yeah, once it started, I was digging it. It didn't bother me at all.
Kind of comic book animation, Yeah. So
the voice actors are great too. It's cool that they got like 80% of the people to come back.
Yeah.
Even the new people, they didn't bother me. Like the guy who was Skinny Pete, Skinny Rogers. He was
the Skinny Rogers. Yeah, it was not Chris Evans, huh?
It wasn't Chris Evans. It was Josh Keaton, but he sounded good. He was.
What happens when you take steroids? Your voice changes.
I guess so.
I think it gets a little bit deeper.
Well, after Endgame, Chris Evans was like, "I'm done." He's like, "I'm not coming back."
He's apparently coming back.
Well, you never know. Maybe he'll make a cameo in Captain America 4. Anthony Mackie needs some help.
Yeah, mate.
He can use a little cameo.
With the timeline now.
Why not? He can still be around. They haven't confirmed he's dead. They just said he's not around.
He's in the moon.
He's out of the picture.
He's in the moon or he's underground.
He's like 106.
Dead.
He's like 106 years old.
No, he's not 6 feet under. He's 6 feet above.
He's got that super, that's the super soldier serum. It keeps him older. It keeps him young, a little bit older.
He had his whole life. That's a whole other subject. Let's go back to how that episode ended. We saw that the Tesseract brought Captain Carter to the future, where Avengers, or in the movie,
it looked like
ended. So
that opening scene.
We gotta think about that. What if it's obviously it's based on the comics, but the what if specifically that the ones that they're doing is based on the MCU characters that they already have. So we can relate to them. So I think they're doing a really good job with that. But where that one ended, the Tesseract didn't work like a door where, let's say I'm here and then I want to walk into Walmart all of a sudden, like I can just walk.
I think it did though. I think it did. I think what you're thinking though is you're thinking like, oh, it's like time travel, but it's not.
But time travel.
It did in time travel. All it showed was like it opened up a portal and Peggy Carter jumped out. The way I read it was kind of like when Ant-Man went into the quantum realm, right? It was like 5 minutes for him, but it was like 5 years for everyone else out here.
Yeah.
When Peggy went in that portal, because you saw when she came out, she was still fighting that creature, and the tentacles got swiped. Like you could tell, she had just like killed it. But it had been 7 years.
It definitely did change.
So she was like stuck in some like animation time.
The Tesseract has never been like.
But all the Tesseract did was open the portal.
Like
okay, so she went into a portal where she was like stuck in some quantum time. Like the portal that opened centered some quantum time.
I think that's
it's a portal, like you said.
I think they need to explain it.
They will.
It's kind of a plot hole, and again, that way that you're still describing is from point A to point B. Where did the monster come from? Because it didn't come from where Nick Fury and Hawkman is at. So
but they never show where it comes from.
Exactly.
The portal opens and it's starting to come out.
But again,
So what was that coming from the quantum realm? Maybe it was coming from the quantum realm.
how's it not quantum realm?
I'm just saying, it could be. It could be
Listen,
another
guys, I
quantum
think
realm.
that there's a lot of possibilities.
Think about it. Think about in Thor. What was it? 3 when they went to that planet with what's his face? Jeff Goldblum's character. Remember how they said how time worked differently there?
So they didn't say that.
They said that. Remember, he said he was a lot older than they think he was because time worked differently there. They all said it. The couple
Talking about TVA?
not the TVA.
No.
When they were at in Thor 3 and Ragnarok, when they go to that planet when the Hulk is the gladiator.
I don't remember them saying
Loki
that.
was talking to what's his face?
I don't remember them talking about time.
They talked about how time works differently.
He's
there.
just I just know that he's a different being because he's the brother or cousin of the.
Because remember they were going through the Bifrost, right? And then him and Loki both get separated, right?
Yeah,
They get separated through the Bifrost, right? She throws those spears at them, right?
Throws them
so they get separated, and then for it feels like moments for Thor, and he lands on that planet, and he goes to meet Loki, and Loki's been there for months. He's already been there for months, so time works differently. So that's what I'm saying. Like she could be just in some time displacement. They do that all the time in the comics.
Yeah,
that's what I think it is. The Tesseract's still a portal opener.
I think they
Open the
still need
portal.
to explain it.
They
because
probably
if
will.
Leave it,
They probably will.
Hey, MCU has. I love how cohesive sometimes the MCU is, but they have left some big holes.
Yeah.
Well, they'll come back to them for sure, as they always do.
But for being so big as you say, it's pretty cohesive. I mean, I can't think of any franchise that has any kind of story that doesn't have any kind of plot holes or some kind of holes in its storytelling.
Yeah.
When it's like an overarching story with many stories, and they got their stuff together.
So basically, the first episode is just like a breakdown of small mini version of the movie of Captain America, the first Avenger.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, okay. I when I was watching it too, that's the same thing that came to my mind. I was like, this is just basically a small mini movie. First episode, we're gonna see how we can start out this series with What If. I definitely like Captain Carter. I think she was more badass than Captain America. Obviously, she seemed way stronger, and she was making a lot of impossible kind of moves. Where she would kind of.
Well, you gotta remember, she's already like the best soldier, right? She's supposed to be one of the top soldiers, and she's already super strong. Yeah. So when Steve got the serum, he was sickly, and he wasn't even.
Yeah, he was pretty strong.
It made him stronger,
That's
but
true.
imagine it made her even more strong.
Yeah.
So and she's already a top fighter.
Yeah.
So
I also love that they had that chemistry still. Like she still had basically the same connection, even when he was scrawny, so it shows that it's true love, right there. So it's pretty cool. Okay, let's talk about the second episode with T'Challa basically being Star-Lord.
Can we wait the first episode before we move on?
Okay, fair enough.
We'll have a consensus rating.
Do you wanna rate it from
out of 10?
Out of 10 or out of 5? Okay,
sure.
so out of 10, Tyler, what do you think about the first What If episode?
I'm gonna give it my original. I'm gonna do the 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was a good intro. It didn't really break barriers, but it got me excited to see what the show can expand on and bring on more. And Captain Carter, I thought she was badass. I'd like to see more of her.
Yeah, I think
I love Haley Atwell. She's great.
What about you, Pico? What do you think about the first What If episode? What's your rating on it?
Me being the non-Captain America fan, for you guys that are just listening to us, not watching, he is wearing a Captain America shirt. So he gave it a 7.5. Yeah. I give it a 6.5. I thought it was a pretty good intro into the show, but I think it was kind of playing them safe. It's kind of the same story. There was nothing really new regarding to that besides the Hydra Stomper. So 6.5 for me.
Okay, yeah. My rating on it, I want to say 2, maybe a 7, like a solid 7. Like I said, it was kind of slow, but I did like that they put that one as the first one because, Captain America basically is one of the oldest Avengers, so, they started up with the Captain American movies after, kind of the same time during the Iron Man movies, so I like that they kind of respected that for him and they put it, made it the first episode. Rated a 7, so, cool. So yeah, going back to Star-Lord, T'Challa being the Star-Lord.
Why are you putting it to me?
You can start
because you're the one that kind of made the point about rating the episode. So
well, let's talk about the T'Challa episode becoming Star-Lord first, and then we can give our rating at the end.
yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So Tyler, what do you think about the second episode?
That episode was, it was amazing. I watched it twice already because it was so good.
You watched it 2 times? Don't you have a kid? Don't you have a wife?
Yeah, well, I watched it once early in the morning on my phone, and I took notes while I watched it. The second time I watched it on the TV, where I could actually sit there and enjoy it. But it was great. I don't even know where to begin. Just all the great cameos, all the character changes. Korath as the fanboy. That was great. The whole story was great, even though it was only 30 minutes. I that's my only complaint. I wanted more. I wish it could have been.
But we are getting more. T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace.
Yeah.
But currently he has 4 episodes, so this is 1 out of the 4
yeah,
episodes.
and thank God for that, because he's just. This was just a great little send off for him, and it's great to have him as much as we can in the limited capacity that we do.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, probably my favorite was probably Thanos. Thanos was awesome. He was like.
Man.
When he showed up at the bar and he was like, just saying, oh yeah, I think my plan still has its merits, and everyone's like, oh, it's still genocide, and he's like, oh, but it's it's efficient, and they all joke about it, but he was great.
I love how it was Josh Brolin.
Yes.
His voice is so demeaning, and Thanos has, for me, besides Loki, has been like the top villain so far.
Easily.
Yeah, we don't know how Kang's gonna be, everything else that we're gonna be getting, but just him being still involved in the MCU somehow, even though he got snapped away. It's just so great. I love Thanos. He's inedible. He's always gonna be around. So. Who knows? Maybe he comes back because there's all these other realities that he didn't
Maybe
die.
Maybe he gets his own what if, episode where he's like, the good guy the whole time.
If you look at the teaser, we saw Gamora being the actual.
Yeah, she's wearing the armor.
Exactly.
She is, yeah.
That's gonna be pretty interesting. Because we saw Nebula too, and this one she wasn't tortured, so.
And she looked like Barbie, dude. I was like, what
the blonde hair. She kept calling him Cha-Cha.
I know, Cha-Cha, and then she goes Nebula, and she goes like this, she's like. And you can see her little mark. I'm like, no freaking way, I recognize that voice.
But I'm just sitting on the couch, just like, I'm ready to risk it all.
It's so cool you said that.
It was cool to see even like Tavon, just how different they made him. He was like all like really like full of himself, and he was using all his weapon, like all his collection at his like full disposal, which was cool to see. He wasn't scared to use his arsenal. You saw when he pulled out Hela's headset.
And he went like this too.
Yep, and he did the thing that she does. He's like, oh, she's got great taste. And he pulled out the blade.
Dude, he's so ripped too.
He was jacked. And then did you see behind him on the case, he had the Captain America shield.
Yep.
He had Mjolnir.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
He had a whole bunch of things. He was right next to Cap shield.
Nice.
Oh,
good
that's
catch.
cool. I know
Yeah.
the Captain America shield, and obviously it's pretty.
Yeah, you could see it right there on the end.
So I thought that was pretty cool. I like that. I think it was kind of cool how they brought in Howard the Duck too.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was, he actually had more minutes than usually in his time.
They brought back Seth Green to do the voice. That was cool.
So that was very interesting. So
cool.
I liked it.
All right. Well, yeah.
What did you think?
Man, I like you guys said that was probably the best episode so far. It's only 2, but
yeah, it was hands down. Yeah.
Honestly, the fact that the main focus was on T'Challa, Chad Boswick, more time, and dude, that ending when they did his his respect, they paid his respects at the end.
That was cool. Our hero.
Yeah, man, that was
cool.
that was actually really touching. That kind of made me tear up a little bit, just because the music was a little sad and stuff like that. But that was really cool. Thanos, I was not expecting him to just be out of the sudden, being good, and lots of Easter eggs, lots of little things that change, and kind of keeps you wondering what would happen. This is why the show's called What If.
Speaking of change, we saw that cliffhanger ending at the DQ with Peter and Dad showing up, and the Watcher's saying this might spell the end of the world, but that's a story for another time.
You see Eagle's ship outside Dairy Queen. He's he still has his little
and his eyes are glowing white because he's about to kidnap him. So this could it's interesting because the whole episode. It highlights how T'Challa stopped all these crazy events from happening across the galaxy. He saved Drax and his family from the genocide. He saved all these big events. But what if by doing that, this one big event is coming that because Peter Quill should have been Star-Lord. That's what I like about the What If.
It's funny because what's it called? Yondu was like, this is like Peter Quill. He had a picture of him.
Yeah.
He goes, they both got 2 eyes.
He's got a mouth hole, a breathe hole.
I know, and I was freaking dying.
2 ear holes. That was good.
He got the wrong kid.
And I liked Yondu too. That was cool. I liked how him and T'Challa they reconciled at the end there, and T'Challa said, I feel like I have nowhere I belong, and he told him, anywhere in any universe you belong. So that was cool.
Thanos coming back to Wakanda in good terms instead of trying to basically take over,
When he's telling Okoye they're having their little party, and she's like, I don't know, it still sounds like genocide. And he's like, but it's efficient.
It's so funny.
And then Nebula's like, Dad! She's all embarrassed. Oh, that was great.
Yeah, definitely really good.
He's always still trying to hatch his little plan, get people to side with him.
Yeah, we'll see. So he's still a mad Titan. Remember he said that.
He was. Yeah, that was a good line too.
So mad. So
that was good.
Okay. What are you gonna rate this one? So what do you think?
I gave last week's, a 7.5. So this one, blew it out of the water. So I'm gonna give this one a solid 9 out of 10.
Dang,
solid 9.
That's a pretty high rating. It's only the second episode.
Yeah, well, I mean, it deserves the praise. It showed the potential of what if can be,
Yeah, that's true.
It definitely showed. I mean, it was just great to see all these characters and just minor tweaks they did.
What about you, Pico? What do you rate it at?
Excuse me. I put it right there around 8.5 to a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's exactly what I was envisioning what it was going to be. Like a completely different story, not something that was kind of rehashed. So I like the way that they did this one. So I'm excited for what's going to come. Just like how you touched at the end, Ego coming back for Peter Quill. That may lead into something else. So
very true, yeah.
Exciting times, honestly, as being a comic book fan and just being a geek for everything. To have this every once a week, it's kind of waiting for a new issue for it to come out. So.
That's what it feels like.
That's good, yeah. I agree. Like, at least we're getting kind of rewarded with these little series, while we wait for these movies to come out. And, so I think like all the whole fan base deserves this, so it's kind of neat to have it every once a week. So cool. Anything else you guys want to add on the episodes, anything like that, or?
Not on the episode itself. I think I do want to touch that Shang-Chi is supposed to come on September 3rd.
Dude, I didn't even miss that.
That's coming up.
I've heard good things about it. People saw early screens about it.
Well, we heard good things about Black Widow. We knew how that ended, so. I have no expectations, so I think hopefully I'll be pleasantly surprised if my expectations are very low.
I'm always up for Kung Fu, so if it's Kung Fu within the MCU.
That's what I'm saying. I think there's going to be good martial arts content on it. Obviously, we have finally we have the 10 rings. We
the real 10 rings.
The Mandarin, who the real Mandarin is. So it's about time. Not that imposter and Iron Man. I think 3, right?
Yeah. Travis.
So yeah, I'm.
Is it Travis? Is his name? What's his name?
I don't know, but he has a British accent.
He breathed fire. That was stupid.
No, not
the villain. I'm talking about the fake Mandarin that was in it.
Yeah. Oh, who cares about that guy?
He's in it. He's in Shang-Chi.
Travis
Slattery.
And the red carpet.
He's in the red carpet. So apparently, it's spoiler alert. Sorry, apparently he's in it.
Well, hopefully he gets blown up.
Spoiler alert.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean Shang-Chi. Sorry, it is coming out here pretty shortly, and
I guess we'll see that in IMAX.
What's the Rotten Tomatoes on it? Have you seen that? Is it
not released yet? I don't think.
Not released yet.
They
just did the premiere a couple days ago, last week.
Couple days.
And it was positive. So
good. All right, I'm looking forward to it.
So we'll see.
All right. Well, we'll be coming back here every week, and we appreciate you guys listening and watching the show. And you can find me on Twitter. It's All Geek To Me, and you can find Twitter at Pico on Twitter. What's it called? Pico to Tico.
Pico to Tico.
Yeah. So Tyler right now is still in the works to get in his Twitter. We'll kind of encourage him to get him in there, but. We're also going to upload a podcast every week. Right now, we're going to be streaming on Buzzsprout.com, and we're going to link basically the URL and all of that stuff so you guys can find us on our social media. Like I said, thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you like our content, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yes, thank you so much for listening.